Hey guys, this is Poverty. I thought I would take some time and do a little refresher on if you decide to start the addiction we call World of Tanks, what you need to do to become really good. You'll need two different accounts. Your first account, just to mess around with, find out what you're good with. Do not spend any money on your first account. It is a waste of time. You're just figuring out the game, deciding how to move, how to fire, learning all the maps. And then once it's done, start over. And what you want to do, first off, spend money. You cannot do well in this game unless you spend money. Honestly, I'm not pulling your leg. This is a pay-to-win game. Don't expect to do any good if you don't. I've played for over a year. I've barely spent anything other than getting garage ports. And so what you need to do is get a tier 8 or a tier 7. Find what you're good at. This is a tank destroyer. Here we got some heavies, some mediums. Find what you're good at. The flag does not matter. It's just a game. Some mediums, some heavies. There is no elite artillery, so look for one to buy. Russian is actually rather good in my opinion. They've got some good ones. You got your heavy, you got your medium, you got your tank destroyer. That one, ugh, I've never been good at tank destroyers. Germans are rather good as well. The one I would highly suggest is the heavy Lowy. It's pronounced something different. But get yourself a tier 8 tank. Once you get yourself a tier 8 tank, make sure you've got plenty of gold and currency. You want to get yourself a premium account. Only buy it one day at a time, because man, this game can get on your nerves fast. So once you get your tank, you buy your tank. Once you buy your premium account, the next thing you need to do is your crew. You have to buy them at 100%. So what you do, right click, personnel, training. You want to pay gold to get 100%. And once you get it, you just have to grind it to a fine powder. The extra little skills here. This one, Brothers in Arms, gives all crew, once all crew reaches 100, so if you bought your crew at 100%, 200 gold apiece. You're looking at 1,000 just to skill up the crew. Brother in Arms, everyone has to have Brother in Arms before you get that 5 extra percent bonus. Down here, these are absolutely mandatory to do any good. So I am the type that I love my arties, my artillery pieces, so I do the medium. You speed up the loading, you speed up the targeting, and you camouflage. Those are what I prefer with the artillery, but you cannot get a premium artillery piece. They're kind of the redheaded stepchild. No one likes them because everyone thinks it's easy. You just have to have patience. But I would highly recommend, if you haven't figured out your style, go with a medium. It's got some armor, it has some speed, but you got to figure out what your play style is, because all tanks in this game is pure shit. It's how you play them determines whether the tank is any good. So pairing up a vehicle with your playstyle is absolutely mandatory. There is no if, and, or buts. Every tank sucks. I cannot emphasize that enough. So, to grind out this stuff is insane. It's a pain in the ass. Do not forget to click here, Accelerate Crew Training. So instead of gaining experience, it goes straight to the crew. And you'll level up to 80, 85, and 90 pretty damn fast, but getting beyond 90 it probably takes just as much time, if not twice as long, to go from 90 to 100%. The people at the top, the tier 10 tanks, they have their crew completely skilled up. Now, if you yank your crew off and put them in any other tank, even if it's the exact same type, you'll have to pay another 200 gold to get them to skill up. Otherwise, you have just wasted your time. You want to get these to 100% before you even move them off. After that, personal things, I haven't really seen too much about this. Mentor is pretty nice if all you want to do is train up tons of skill, but that's something you'd spend an entire year doing, crewing up your crew. There's Sixth Sense is very nice as long as you don't have a sixth sense of your own to know that you're out in the open, and that just takes time. So if you're going to be dedicated to this game, pay the money, pay the money, pay the money. Never let your premium account leave, otherwise you'll be put on crappy teams, and all you'll do is, no matter how good you are, you will lose. So, service record, let me bring this up. This is what it looks like if you don't pay any money. You're going to be down in the 43 to 46%. People brag that they can do a lot better than this, but they also paid a shit ton of money. And without the premium, you're not going to be up in the 50s. Anything less than 50% is referred to as a tomato. So 5,400 at 45%. I will continue to be put on crappy teams. I will continue to lose just because I'm not paying real money. If you pay real money, you can get above 50. You get on teams, and then they can actually train you to be a hell of a lot better. So over, let's just say 15 months, this account is absolutely useless. No one wants me on their team, no one wants me on their crew, and it doesn't matter how good I am, this number tells them to avoid me like freaking shit. Or a politician, whichever. So, once you get that up, once you get these up, each different crew has a very unique skill, and the skills don't do anything until they're at 100%. So you got to decide what is the most useful to you. So most people will grind out these characters, and in a tier 8 tank, you'll experience leveling a hell of a lot faster. For example, these guys already have their unique skill, and they're working on their band of brothers. Once you get those skills up, I do not believe they disappear. I don't think so. Only thing that disappears is your actual skill when you switch them to a new tank. So get the skills up on one tank and then switch them out to a tier 10 tank. That's the way it's done, and it takes forever to do it. It's a pain in the ass. So with that said, hopefully that helps. One of the big things you need to know is you need to memorize every tank, every angle, and every piece of armor they have on it. Some basic rule of thumbs: shoot them in the back. There's no cowards in this game. They're just, freaking aces that shoot people in the back. Aim for the back side. These are usually weak. Side profile is rather weak. Usually right about here is the best spot. And anything that's not angled is ideal. Supposedly the underside is not armored, but there's plenty of times I've shot the underside and had no effect. And literally getting little spots between the tread and the hull is a sweet spot right here. So with that said, this game you're just going to have to literally go out and memorize every single tank, its weakness, be able to recognize it, and just know it's a little sweet spot. Otherwise you'll be just wasting your time. This is a game you literally have to dedicate a good year or two to. No other games. Do not play any other games. You just stay focused and you memorize the tanks, the armor, the angle, and the sweet spots. What works, what doesn't, and that's it. If you really want to be good at this game, you have to just memorize. and be able to call this stuff out in your sleep. With that said, you do get some default people in your barracks. They will start off with 100%, so if you mount them on a tier 1 tank, then they're going to be best at that tier 1 tank, and then it's going to have to take you months and months and months to skill them up to be just as good. So just be careful with that. So what you want to do is start off by buying a premium tank, and you'll notice premium because the letters down here is gold, yellowish, yellow orange, whatever you want to call it. So premium, 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 premium. If you really want to absolutely win, what you need to do is pay out gold for the best ammo. And I guess it would be this one. It's a bit of this, but you can just pay out real gold for it. And that's the way to actually guarantee some excellent wins, some high ratios. It's pay out money, pay out money, pay out money. So if you want to win this game, it's pay to win. If you're here to dick around and just have shits and giggles while drunk, don't worry about it. Just grind. I've been grinding for about 15 months, and my record is shit. No one wants to deal with me, and I got tons and tons of tanks. Let me show off one of the tier trees. Was it Russian? I think I was working down the Russian line. Yeah. So as you can see, I've got like tier 3, kind of 4, kind of 5. But after 15 months, these are the tanks I've got ground out. Don't do that. Pick one. If all it is mediums, stick with mediums. If it's heavy, stick with heavies. If it's tank destroyers, but that's what the first count is about. You have to find out what you're good at and then stick to that one type. A lot of people will have preferences, like all they want to do is battle with other people in mediums. Fuck them. If you're good with a heavy, if you're good with a tank destroyer or a TD, then just stick with the TD or tank destroyer, heavy, whatever. Find out what works and stick with it. That's it. That's how you win World of Tanks. Pay money, pay money, pay money. Otherwise, you're just going to be shit on left and right, and no one wants to touch you. So, at the top, it's just pay money, play the game. Pay money, play the game. So, if you want to be on the best teams and all the rest, that's how you do it. Once you reach the top, fuck if I know. The best I've got is tier 7 tanks unpaid. So I'll get there one day, maybe next year, maybe the year after that, hopefully before America collapses, or at least the American dollar falls apart. So, with that said, thank you for watching. Sorry this one's been a little long, but if I understand right, there you go. 15 months of playing, there's my experience. So, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.